Welcome back to Redstone with Dave.
And Baker. So this is a hopper timer, silent hopper timer, which I was by MC Player Team, and I modified it so that you could get both a blink output from it and a long output.
Okay.
So previously it was just this, so it was one block smaller, and that was really smart because this thing is really small for what it does. But a lot of times on these clocks, you want a blinking output. And so in order to do that, you'd have to add one of those monostable circuits. So those piston things that turn long signals into one tick pulses. You remember those?
I do.
You'd have to add one of those to turn this into a blink. So just like a single blinking output. But if you add a repeater here, and then 2 redstone dust and a torch, you get a blinking output.
Wow. Oh, wow.
So the way this works, and oh, I actually forgot to go over the hopper clock. Let's go back a sec.
Okay. Oh, I'm
So
like
this.
I'm like in slow motion. What do I
Yeah.
press?
Stop sneaking.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I'm doing. What did I press to sneak?
Did you set sneak to caps lock?
Oh, it's not that.
So just press your left shift key a bunch of times. See if it unsticks.
Oh, there we go. I was like, what's going on?
So this thing over here is a hopper clock.
Okay.
So if you come fly down here into this divot, and you'll see how these two hoppers are pointed at each other, right? Over there.
Oh yeah.
See how those two
they're
hoppers are
connected. Okay.
So one item is in there, and it's flickering back and forth between those two hoppers. Right?
Oh yeah.
So that causes this comparator output, which blinks this lamp on and off.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So you can actually, what's kind of cool about this is that you can stop it in either position. So whereas this, you only have off and on for the clock. This, you can stop it off, or you can stop it at on.
Okay, so when it's on, is it doing the same thing as it was? Oh no, okay, so now it's actually just keeping the item.
Because basically
right.
what this lever does is it powers the hopper.
Right.
So it can no longer transmit items into the other hopper. So the item gets stuck in that one. So now it's stuck in the hopper that the comparator detects, so it's always on. If we turn it off, or like if we turn the clock back on so that it's ticking, it's off and on and off and on. But now if we power the hopper further away from the comparator, it gets stuck in the hopper where the comparator can't detect it. So now it's in this one.
Okay.
Right? So we use that when we're over here. Now, MC Player Team has an awesome tutorial on this. It's really cool, but I think I would like to explain how it works. So I'll start off by putting a block of redstone here to stop the timer. So basically what I'm doing right now is I'm powering that hopper so all of the blocks get stuck in there.
Okay.
Right? So what happens in this is when this hopper is full of items, so I'll actually just fill it with 2 stacks of items so that way it's easier to see, so that I can talk about this and then we can actually see the transitions, hopefully. This is powered, which powers this dust, and then this dust powers this block, powering the comparator, which locks this hopper. Right?
Yeah.
This repeater is powering this dust, which is causing the comparator to compare the two signals between these two. Wait.
Okay.
So because this strength is always more, when this hopper empties, as it's about to, the repeater turns off, which then allows this comparator to turn on, like you just saw, which then locks the other hopper. So now all of the items are slowly traveling into this hopper, right?
Okay.
So that happens back and forth, and it keeps toggling, right?
Yeah.
Keeps toggling back and forth because when this one gets full, then this hopper is empty, so this comparator has to turn off, which unpowers this redstone repeater, which means that this hopper can now transmit items. And now that this hopper is off, or can transmit items, and this redstone dust is off because this repeater is off now, it can now transmit a signal because previously it was being locked in by that compare subtract thing,
Right.
by this redstone dust, because this redstone dust was stronger than the signal it got from the hopper, right?
Yeah.
Which now means that this can turn on, which then allows this to turn on, which then means that now this hopper can't transmit items.
Okay.
So that's how that works. And
That's
then
cool.
this.
So they're just eternally kind of going back and forth here. There's no
and
ending.
So the way this hopper works is, so it's off right now because it has no items in it.
Okay.
And so basically it's going back and forth, and hoppers transmit 2.5 items per second.
Okay.
So you can actually calculate how often you want to blip from this. So if we were to put, say, 25 items in here, I'll try to get that number as fast. So now I'm putting 25 items in here, and it's causing that blink for a little bit because it's not set up. And so there's 25 items here. So it takes 10 seconds for all of the items to get into this hopper.
Okay.
And then they all start traveling back, and that takes another 10 seconds. So 25 items gives you every 20 seconds you get an output to this blinker.
Okay. So
and then this redstone lamp is on for 10 seconds out of every 20 seconds. So now it's off for 10 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it turns back, so this gets 25 now. So now this lamp is on for 10 seconds, and then it'll be off for 10 seconds. So this lamp turns on, it blinks every 20 seconds, and then this is on for 10 out of every 20 seconds.
So this is basically like another timing mechanism?
Yes, but it's always on.
Right.
Yeah. So it's always on, and it's a really long interval.
Right. Gotcha. Okay.
So you could put 50 items in there, and then it would be 20 seconds on, 20 seconds off, and then a blink every 40 seconds. And so you could actually have another one of these blinkers on either side. So that way you could get a blink every 20 seconds if you wanted to, instead of 40 seconds for the whole thing to stop. But if you wanted to blink every 20 seconds instead of 40, then you would just put 25 items in the hopper.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Awesome. Another very clever invention.
Yeah, this one's awesome. And then the way the blink works, which is the thing that I did, so I have to brag about it, obviously, is when this is on, the repeater is on, which powering this redstone dust, which means that this torch is off, right?
Yeah.
This comparator also powers this block, which turns this on.
Okay.
But every other toggle, there's a slight delay between this repeater turning on, a 1 tick delay, because this repeater takes 1 tick of delay, between this repeater turning on and this comparator turning off.
Okay.
Because this dust being powered is what turns this comparator off, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because it forces the comparison to the subtract mode. So when this
Right.
dust is powered, this turns off immediately. And then this repeater takes 1 tick of delay from that, and then it powers this. So that means that this dust itself is off for just 1 tick during that cycle because of this delay, which allows this torch to turn for 1 tick.
Gotcha. Okay. Wow. Brilliant.